I quit Comedy Central 3 years ago. And this is what everyone wants to hear, that this is my first time doing stand-up. So you can leave now, you have the opportunity. I told my cat tonight on the way here, I said, I'm gonna do stand-up, meow, meow, are you so excited? And he said, his tongue permanently sticks out because he was hit by a car. So I hope you feel bad. He's really cute, and they tell me he's in no pain. So I assume that he's not. He has an Instagram. I'm gonna put that out there. It's a weird life to have a cat Instagram. I was not gonna talk about the cat Instagram. Woo! Do it for the yam. We're gonna. Do it for the yam! Yeah, I just said it before. That's an at symbol. Let me focus this back, because this is not quitting. I don't have a presentation. I am the presentation. Guys, I have 8 minutes. Please, we cannot applaud or laugh during this. Let's see. Quitting. I did something very on theme for the show last week, which is that I quit my job. Coworkers are here because I'm leaving a really good place and I'm going nowhere. I have no other plans. It was actually like a decent salary, great title. There's a term they're using a lot, and I think it's I burned out like a piece of dead toast, or like a think piece about the millennial generation or something, which is really comforting. Don't you love that you're living through this? You're living through being the burnout generation. Woo! Who's excited? Some of you are like 20. I don't know what that generation is, but it's younger. So I quit my job, but I'm not going to talk about that. That doesn't seem important enough. There's something that's a little more pressing on my mind. I turned 30 also 2 weeks ago. Those things are... Thank you. So many good things. I quit the 20s. I should have said I didn't know how to lower the mic stand because I've literally never done this. And I'm also incredibly nervous. I was going to say, like, I'm coming up here and I'm a stand-up comedian. I had a whole joke planned, and I was going to be like, but I'm using air quotes because I have imposter syndrome, and in every aspect of my life, like, am I Asian or am I white or am I Southerner or am I a Yankee or Northerner? Sorry, am I a Southerner or am I a Northerner? Because in the South you say Yankee, whatever. Code switching, sorry. But that's not what's important. Quitting your job, that's fine, because a job is a job, and if you're lucky enough to be able to quit because you're burned out, you should. What I really want to talk about is that I have spent the past 30 years pushing down this deep fear that I have, and I am going to quit that today publicly, which is that I'm going to quit the shame and the fear and the humiliation that I feel talking about how I use the bathroom. Thank you. You have no idea what a big moment this is for me and for all of you. This is a revolutionary thing. It is actually more complex, and I know I have 8 minutes, so I won't do the 3-hour set that I planned for this, because that would be shitty of me. That's a good joke, because we're a New York shitty. Let me give you a little backstory, which is that I was potty trained in Vancouver. Yes, thank you. Yes, I am a world traveler. I was 2 to 3 years old, and in Canada, I'm assuming it's just in Canada, they potty train you they don't have any doors, or they didn't have any stalls, so we would just watch each other, and that's how we would learn. So one day, I came home, and I just used the bathroom by myself, and my mom said, well, that's just one more thing I don't have to teach her. We also didn't talk about sex, so that's like another thing that she didn't teach me other than the Danish picture book. Thanks, Mom, it was in Danish. Not the language I speak, anyway. Picture book, just think about it. Nudity, family. So it was fine. I thought this was normal until like late high school, early college, and I started acquiring friends. And I started to wonder, do I shit like a Canadian? What does that mean? There are no walls, we let everyone in? Unlike America, where there's just stalls and everyone like has their own etiquette about how to use the bathroom. Like some people talk over the stalls and some people are like, what the fuck is she doing? I'm trying to like dingleberry or whatever. That's the word, dingleberry? There's gotta be like a blackberry joke in there somewhere, like a drop call. Yeah, you can do the math. I only have 4 minutes. Okay, and I'm probably getting sick apparently from this mic. Thank you to one of you. So yeah, I just carry this deep fear around. And then somewhere in my mid-20s, as I started to find myself, eventually had sex, whatever, it's all related. I started to become more comfortable with myself and started just asking some friends that I had acquired by then, just some basic questions. And here are some things that I learned about using the bathroom. First of all, not everyone stays standing when they wipe. Some people wipe when they're sitting. Most people, there are no studies because we literally never talk about this with anyone. You talk about like your first time you take a step, your first kiss, but you certainly don't talk about how you were potty trained with anyone. Even like married couples have not had that conversation. I mean, it's just too intimate for them. And I really think that's a shame because that's a uncovered topic. I'm single. That was also not, but like this is clearly why for 30 years it's now coming out right now. Like a word vomit, word diarrhea. And so yeah, I've learned some things by doing some outreach. If you don't have any friends that you talk to about poop situations, you should get one. Maybe start some sort of a diary. Whew. It's fine. It's actually pretty valuable because sometimes you find yourself in situations where you're like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if you've ever worn a jumpsuit. For people who have not worn a jumpsuit, it is a one piece of clothing. It looks all like feminist and progressive. You're like, I'm Amelia Earhart, just one zipper. But the thing is, and some of you who've not worn jumpsuits have maybe not thought about this, you're all cute on your date, your jumpsuit, you gotta take the whole thing off like a banana peel when you go to the bathroom, it all comes off. And sometimes you're in a restaurant, and the restaurant door opens into the restaurant. And sometimes the lock doesn't work. And you take off your banana peel and some elderly gentleman opens the door and, they're just all a thing. I'm not the only one. We are not talking about this and you should be talking about this. Okay, I'm fine. Mostly to make myself feel better. All right, bring it back. We're focusing. I'm not doing the pacing thing very well. Or the pausing. This is me meditating right now. I tried to meditate before this. I tried to take a 20-minute nap and that did not work. Because my cat was climbing on me. His name is Yam. Do it for the Yam. So I want to take you through a situation that happened to me recently. And I want you to think, going into this story, what would you have done in my situation? In fact, I may ask some of you at the end, time permitting, what you would have done. So this is what happened. This happened like whatever Memorial Day was, which was my 30th birthday, or my 30th birthday. Turd, because I'm 30, and I'm flirty, and I'm thriving. That was an Irish accent, but we lost it at the end. Turty and flirty. Am I mazeling yet? Okay, no, it's fine. You can tell me at the end if I've mazeled, because every time a female comedian makes anyone laugh, she's mazeling. So yeah, it's my 30th birthday. Last night of the trip, I went to Maine. Lovely weekend. Ate a lot of lobster rolls. And a little more dairy than I normally eat, because I live in New York. And we have all these options for non-dairy milks. Milks? I don't know. You say it the way you potato, poop, poop. It's the last night. I'm on the last set of clothing, last set of underwear. And it's around midnight. My friends I'm staying with, my friend Missy and her fiance, they're sleeping upstairs. I'm sleeping in the living room. There's a kitchen, there's a bathroom, setting the scene. Okay, I'm very tired. I've eaten a lot of lobster rolls and like soft serve. And I've been sitting in a car, just traveling places and sitting. Just everything is sitting in me. And I'm 30 now, and it's the first shit of my 30s, so I go into that bathroom, no regard, and just, you've been there. We all shit. Meghan Markle fucking shits. Sorry. This is a fun game. If you ever want to feel better about yourself, think about your favorite celebrity taking a shit. They all do it. What is the best way to do it? Who can do it like the best? Who? Anyway, Chrissy Teigen takes a shit. She probably has already tweeted about it. Or Instagram story with her daughter, Luna. Okay, I really love the whole Legend family. That's an aside. I'm nervous. I'm gonna take a breath. Can you just let me? Okay, this is the story. I go to wipe my butt crack and there's no toilet paper, obviously, no surprise. And there's a cardboard thing, right? And in college you're out, there's no toilet paper at any bar you ever go to and you're wasted and you've ripped up the cardboard. But I don't think that works for poop, right? Because I don't know what's going on back there because I don't have the ability, I'm a rear view backup camera on my butt, so, alright, so let's get the obvious out of the way. I look around, there's no spare toilet paper. Am I at 6 minutes? Okay, I don't know. I can't see this light, my peripherals. There's no backup toilet paper, and there's also no paper products in this bathroom. Yeah, I'm getting it. I got the signal. I see your camera lights. Very cute. There's no paper products, there's no cloth. There is a pile of dirty laundry with some old socks. Let that one sit with you for a bit. And there's nothing. And I'm sitting here like, my friends are asleep. And I am on this toilet. And I don't know what to do. Like, what am I? Okay, so the next obvious thing is I'm like, all right, well, I guess I can go look in the kitchen. Maybe they have some paper towels or something, but I can't pull my pants up because I don't know what's going on back there. So pants are around my ankles, and I just kind of open the door, and I'm like, hey, Missy? No one? Okay. And I just kind of like waddle out with my pants around my ankles like a penguin, because I don't want to pull them up and dirty them. And I kind of waddle into the kitchen in the dark, and that's when I remember my friends are environmentalists, which means there are no paper products anywhere. And there are also no dish towels. There's literally nothing other than a plant stand. And I'm looking at the plants and I'm assessing them like, basil? Is that the best toilet paper substitute? Like, what if it has like a poison ivy effect? Am I gonna Google that? What am I? And then, so pants are on my ankles, I got a shirt on. Great, if you're imagining this, I'm covered here. And I turn around and the lazy boy is her cat, Thomas. And Thomas is just watching me, and I'm at my finest. I'm like, fuck you. And then I kind of waddle over and I grab my phone and I waddle back into the bathroom and I call my friend twice. No picking up. Drop calls. And then I text her, and at some point, it's been like 15 minutes, and I'm sitting here like, what? What am I gonna do? I can't, if I pull up my pants and use my underwear in kind of like a seesaw fashion. What am I don't have any clean underwear, first of all. Second of all, how do I dispose of dirty underwear? Because if you put it in the trash in the kitchen, like, is that gonna smell like raw meat or something? But no, seriously, how do you dispose of dirty underwear with poop in it? And do I run out to the front yard and try and bury it under her fiance's ancestors, because they're buried in the front yard because it's Maine and it's a whole thing, they've been there for generations. But then, like, what about a possum or like a bear or a moose? Like, I don't know what happens in Maine. But anyway, so this is where my brain is going, and I'm gonna hit a time where I'm like, all right, 5 more minutes, and then you're gonna have to make a decision. This is when I ask, what would you have done? Show of hands, who would have used their underwear and done the seesaw motion? Yes, I cannot have been the only one who has been in this dilemma. Maybe. What is a normal person supposed to do in this scenario? Does anyone?
Shower in the bathroom?
There's no towels. I'm just gonna be wet and like rubbing myself. Yes, I could have showered. That had not occurred to me. Because I would have used my hand. Because there's no. All right, so I didn't shower. Luckily, my friend appears with the roll of toilet paper and like sticks it through the door, so that crisis averted. And luckily, it wasn't a porta potty. Yeah, thank you for applying, because you really didn't want to have to imagine that. But I guess I'm sharing this with you because I feel like we don't talk about these stories enough. You know, like I can't go on a date and talk about that. That's somehow not sexy, but I can talk about a blowjob and a hot air balloon, or I've never done that. Those are 2 things. But I have done both of those things, but not at the same time. One was more enjoyable than the other. The balloon. It was the balloon. No one loves giving blowjobs. I mean, you might care about the person. Okay, this is not what this is about. We're bringing it back. So. Yeah, I guess I want you to have a few conversations with yourself, with some loved ones. Oh, look at this sweet couple. You guys can talk about how you were potty trained later. That's something you don't know about each other, I'm guessing. No, you don't. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, just leave here and think a little more to yourself about, you know, how it is and why it is you do what you do. Thank you.
Malia Griggs, she's got it!
Now I'm quitting stand-up forever. This is terrifying.
Yeah,
why do people do this? Okay, I don't know.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
Yeah, no, you're a Canadian.
I'm Canadian. Can't remember if there were stalls involved. Can't remember now. Can't remember.
You're just starring for time.
Incredible.
Okay. Yeah.
Some people here do puns, and we don't say that out loud. Okay, so we've run out of time.
Yep.
But please talk to Malia about her poop habits after the show.
Yes.